quarterback at Towson, Tom Flacco. Tom, I've been looking forward to meeting you since we signed this partnership, so I appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us today.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
How's the media day going for you so far?
It's good. That breakfast was pretty good, so I'm looking forward to everything else they have here.
I heard a rumor that you worked out at 6:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I just want to verify that it's true, because I mean,
it's definitely true, but it's because we're close. I guess they could do that to us, the strength and conditioning coaches. They're
competitive
crazy.
advantage. We have to look into that.
It is.
Man, I mean, look, you come into the well, let's back up before we even get going. You come to Towson, and the first thing you do is win CAA Offensive Player of the Year, and that offense transforms into something that is explosive, to say the least. What was it like getting there, getting acclimated to the program, and then having that kind of success right off the bat?
Oh, it was fun. It was finally getting somewhere that I was going to be able to get the opportunity to play and get on the field. Was exciting. And then when you go out there, and we had some pretty good success early on in the season, and it wasn't a surprise to me because the way we worked in the off season. I got there in the summer, and I saw how hard we worked. It wasn't a surprise, but it was nice a little bit. But unfortunately, the season didn't end the way we wanted it to. Is how I'll say it right now. But I look forward to getting back there again, and we've been working even harder this year. So I'll be like beginning of the season, I expect kind of what we did last year. But it was fun. It was exciting to finally get on the field. It's been a long journey to Towson, and Coach Ambrose took a shot on me. Keep on saying that. I said that in my speech out there, and he really did. He finally gave me the opportunity to lead the team, and it was fun.
You mentioned your journey. I would love it if you could, for those that are not familiar with your story, if you could just explain how you ended up at Towson and where you come from.
Yeah, so out of high school, I gray-shirted. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I went to Western Michigan, and I was there for 2 football seasons. I played a little bit my freshman year and my sophomore year. Like a wildcat kind of came in for like specific packages, They didn't really want me to throw the ball for some reason. So they ended up leaving. Coaches ended up leaving. They went to Minnesota. Coach Fleck, I was with him. I went to the Cotton Bowl. It was pretty fun. But I ended up transferring out to Rutgers, and things I had to sit out because 1A to 1A, I had to sit out no matter what. So I learned a lot of things, I learned a lot of things from, this is my 6th offensive coordinator now because Coach Jared Ambrose is gone. So now I have another Coach Van Zyl or Coach Ambrose, whoever decides to run it, but I don't want to say too much. But it's been fun. I've learned a lot, and can't be more grateful for Towson. And I love Towson. They're my people, So.
And what role did I got your baseball stats? But stats aside, what role did baseball and being able to play again play in getting you to Towson?
In choosing Towson, it didn't really have any effect. I met with Coach Ambrose, and I knew that me and him would get along, and I knew that I would have an opportunity to play, which was really important to me at that time. And the baseball thing, I was able to say, they kind of used it as a recruiting pitch. I didn't need it, but they used it as it. So I was able to say, hey, well, when I came here, you said I could play baseball, just so I could really enforce it on him, because he wasn't sure he was going to let me play or not. So it didn't really affect me going there, but it definitely was fun that I did it. I'm happy that I did it.
Well, you start off, you hit 450 through the first week of the season, just in case you didn't know. And then you got a little banged up.
Yeah, I pulled my hammy.
Finished the season above the Mendoza line, so we're fine.
Yeah.
But I hear a rumor that you're hanging up the spikes.
Yeah, I'm definitely hanging them up, I'll tell you that much. It's something that I learned from that experience is that I'm done with it, So I was happy. I got some closure. I'm kidding. But it was fun. It was fun.
Was it a tough decision to hang up the spikes?
No, not at all. I wanted to play, because I wanted to prove to myself that I could, play college baseball, and I did that. But I always wanted to play football. That's why I got drafted out of high school, but I didn't choose to go into baseball because I loved football so much, and that's really about it.
This question gets kind of driven into the ground with a guy like Pat Mahomes, but I have to ask, playing baseball, what does that do for your delivery as a quarterback? Does it really make a difference? Does it really help you to be able to throw from different arm angles?
Yeah, I think it does. I think baseball, you have to be aware of yourself. Like football, I can throw all day. Baseball, it gets pretty sore, So you just have to make sure you don't hurt yourself. But the motion of hitting and throwing is very similar to throwing a football. So that was one thing I was looking forward to because I haven't done it in so long, was just kind of resetting myself football-wise and going out there and playing baseball. And I feel great throwing the ball right now, after coming off the season, and you're constantly violent, you're getting your hips through. Everything kind of leads to football and throwing a football, but the football is just more of a natural motion, so you don't mess up your arm.
Sure. Obviously, we're at M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland. There are a couple of Super Bowl championships on the wall, one that your brother helped put there. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about Joe and just the impact that he's had on you as a quarterback and as an individual.
Yeah. I'm the youngest of 6, and Joe's the oldest, and he acts like the oldest. He's the man, But no, just the impact that Joe's had is he was someone that has transferred to a 1AA program in Delaware, and he's made it. He ended up getting drafted in the first round, and he's made a career out of playing football. So seeing that and being a brother of him, but being a brother of everyone that, just being the youngest sibling, just seeing how they worked and trying to correlate things that they did with how I did. If you see Joe, he's 6'6", big guy. I'm a little different than that. I'm 6 foot, so my game's not the same, but I take things from his game and I put them into mine, but mostly just it can be done. I think that's what Joe showed me. So
no question. Look, offensively, you guys, again, you're loaded. I mean, with a guy like Shane Simpson in the backfield, that's fantastic. A guy like Shane Leatherbury on the outside, that's even better for you. What is the expectation coming into this year? I mean, you alluded to the fact that y'all had great success a year ago for the most part, but you would have to think that you step it up another level this year.
Yeah, we have to. Towards the end of the season there, we didn't play as well as we wanted to on offense. A couple possessions here and there could have changed the game. So, yeah, like you said, the offensive guys that we have, when a quarterback gets recognized, it's because the team's really good. You have a bunch of guys that can get open, people who can protect you, and then guys like Shane Simpson and Kolby Young and, who can get the ball in space and they make plays. So I can't be any more grateful for those guys, and I don't know, but I was definitely lucky to come here and get a group of guys that I got. So it's been fun.
Colin, I feel like I'm stealing all of his time. You got anything else?
Well, no, you mentioned kind of last season, a couple possessions here or there could have, really changed things. What needs to change from last year? What do you guys need to do better this year to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, we just got to execute the play. For me, I felt like a little bit there. I started maybe trying to do too much. Maybe trying to run too much. I don't think it was that. Just trying to do too much. Just take those 5-yard outs. Take those rather than like the 15, 20-yard gain that might go for a touchdown. Just hit that 5 yards. Hit that. And for me, so that's something that I'm trying on this year. Hitting the check down a little bit more rather than running. Maybe just to stay healthy, because that was something that I need to stay more. Something that I learned through my first season was how much of a toll it takes on you. I haven't really played a college season, so going through that, I'll be more ready later in the season, more healthy, and I'll be ready for the playoffs this year.
So I mentioned 2018 Conference Offensive Player of the Year. You're the 2019 Preseason Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of expectations coming into the year, but what are your goals for the season and also just for your career in general?
The goals for the season, I don't really have any. Just go out there and execute whatever the game plan is. If they need me to run, they need me to throw, I'll do it. Don't really have much. Just kind of think of one day at a time. And as a career, I would love to make a career out of football. That's why I've done what I've done. I would have stayed at one of those places and not played if I didn't care. I'm trying to play football. I'm trying to get. I know the guys that we have on offense. There's going to be people there watching us. Me, Shane, both Shanes. Guys on defense that they're going to be watching. So I'm going to have an opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, if you have a softball league that plays in the off season, Tom may be available. Otherwise, he'll be tearing it up for Towson on Saturdays. Man, we can't wait to watch you play. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep.